Shalom Israel, giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah Kadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle, elder bishops, the great millstone. Much salutation to the brothers teaching the word for the hopeful elect, soon to be the elect, most high will. To the hopeful extended elect, Shalom blessings. Another video, and it's about, I'm going to call this, I don't know. You know, I have the weird titles, man, sometimes. I was going to call it the Christian antenna, but I'll still let you know what I was meaning by that. You know, these so-called Christians, which Christ or Christian goes back to Mashiach, the anointed ones, and they believe that they are Christians in this American world. And they've been lied to. It even says they, through their father, they inherited lies. I'm talking about the so-called white people. So when they do good or when they do things that seem according to Christian standards, it's almost like they're programmed to believe and deceived to believe that they are the people of God, that they are a righteous people. And so you might have, if you go back to the law, it says you can't, if you lie down, a man lie down with beast, he and the beast shall be basically put to death. Same with a woman and a beast. Both shall be put to death to put a confusion away from Israel. And you might mention it to a so-called white person. Now they might like their meat bloody, which is a manner, a characteristic of Esau. It's another word for it. But and then they say, well, hell no, that's gross. Sleeping with animals, that's gross. Well, that Christian antenna comes up for them, but it's not the deep core of a real Christian. It's, and the true Christian, like it says all through the scriptures, it's like under pressure remaineth their integrity. Under pressure remaineth their true morals. Just like Job, just like the prophet, just like they were getting beheaded, they were getting, the system were coming against them. Now these Edomites that say that have been programmed to say it because they believe that they are people of God, you don't know how they're going to act under pressure. These are people, the average Edomite lives a decent life, And I look up the word antenna. It says a rod, wire, or other device used to transmit or receive radio or television signals. So, when they show Superman, Superman, they don't show Superman going around sleeping with beasts and going around committing idolatry and murdering children, So they model themselves after what they see on TV and what they hear on the radio. Because the elite devils, though they do those type of things, murder and sacrifice children and eat children, they're not going to display that to the public. That's why it's called a secret society. So these Edomites are basing their lifestyle and their decisions on false moral character of their fathers that have lied to them. So, you see somebody like I said, example of Superman. It goes back to Kal-El, all power, Kal Allah, which goes back to the Hebrew, which are Hebrew people, which are Israelites. Jacob, his name being Israel, Prince of Power. They try to pull from that. They try to be like, well, yeah, we supposed to be that type of people. But are they really living that life? No. Are they really going by the Bible and following laws to the best of their ability? No. You know, it's a they've been wired to believe that they're the children of God, and Most High is going to cut those wires. He's going to cut that television signal, that radio. It's going to be some interference, some feedback of that transmission, that line of you know of false narratives. You know, when you watch a television show, and you thought that even with us growing up, and I'm gonna get a scripture, but even us growing up and believing that TV was real, like damn, like we heard our women sing and you'd be like, damn man, she's a beautiful woman, has a beautiful voice, and you wouldn't think she was sleeping around and giving her box up in the industry, and then when you find out, you be like, nah, that I don't think so, until it's getting proven, and you be like, damn, I've been deceived. Same thing with our prophets, false prophets within Israel. So these devils are gonna do. They have like mannerisms of the same that trigger them according to what they believed was true, and that's all it is. So we're not gonna believe these devils, man. And they haven't been under pressure. They haven't been tested. They haven't been under pressure. Jake go through a lot of stuff. Soon as you trigger a so-called white person, they gonna call the cops. They gonna call you a nigga, and with the ER. You know, I it was this. I was doing laundry at this, and this woman said, "Yeah, I've been coming here for years and all that, and then I was going to do my laundry, and she went down to the minutes. Like she said, well, yeah, I put my quarters in. I realized that the first quarter is it'll give you 5 minutes on the dryer, but the second quarter they only give you 4 minutes. So they're robbing us. And then she said, and she put some quarters in, and they didn't give her free the drying that it was something like that. And she said she called the fucking cops, man, for that shit. You know, Jake could just stop going there. Like, man, I ain't gonna come here no more, man. I just go to another one. She fucking called the cops. So they exercise their rights like that according to the American way. Like, yeah, I believe in the liberty and justice according to the American way. So they'll call the fucking cops. The cops they're working for the government. The cops are working, and the government is working for the elites. So don't be fooled by these devils speaks, man. That these devils talk. You see he said his words were smooth than butter. What was in his heart? His words softer than oil, yet with drawing swords, man. Don't believe these devils, man. So they just wired to believe what they've been taught by their fathers. Let me get that scripture. It said the wicked are estranged from the womb. Well, it's another scripture too. Sirach in the Apocrypha. That's why they took this out, man. 14:7. It says, if he doeth good, he doeth unwillingly. So if he do a good gesture, give you a job, give you a raise, give you a gift, he do it unwillingly. That's not in his own heart to do that. His pure heart to do that. You got such thing as a pure heart. That's why David said, try the reins of my heart. It's reins of these things. It's dimension. It could if he wanted to, Most High can make it the dimensions of these things. He can make it, man, the level can go deep if the Most High wanted to. But men are so simple and men are so fragile. He just like, yeah, all right. If you don't, you do good or you do evil. You do this. If you follow my commandments, you get this. If you don't, you do. It's simple. But the Most High really can make it complex, man. And that's what Esau tries to do. He tried to be like the Most High. He tried to actually get above the Most High. Not only be the Most High, he's trying to get above the Most High. He's trying to be more intricate and complex than the Most High. That's why you got these scientists trying to solve all these mathematical mathematical fractions and these, the breakdowns of mathematics, and and he got a large library of fucking confusion, algebra, and trigonometry, and all that. Who has ever used algebra and trigonometry in the real world, man? Even when dealing with resources and all that, nobody. This devil is trying to make his own code and own pattern of things outside how the Most High set things up, and this devil think he got an advantage, like he's smarter and wiser. And the Most High will break all them elements down and make it simple to Jake, just like desiring the sincere milk of the word. He'll break it down and make it simple. Like, you can have a whole steak and you can cut it up in pieces to where, a child coming off the bottle can kind of, he may be able to stomach that when he start eating solid foods. So that's what these devils are trying to do. They're trying to make, themselves feel like they wiser and powerful and all that because of their knowledge and all that, and because of things that they have within their science. But it's simple, man. But if he do good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. Yeah, because that they ain't really them. That's not really them. The ones that give you a job and say, oh, and then you got Jake all flustered and shit by, yeah, man, they have pizza every when we do good, they give us pizza and all that. Or every month, they give us they give us $100 gift certificate and shit. Be all Googled-eyed about that shit. Man, these devils are getting to go down, man. Fuck those gifts, man. With a capital F. You damn devils. You can't offer us anything, for the sake of our soul. Jake sold his soul, and what did it say in the scriptures? Our people sold their soul for naught, man. For nothing. What did it say? The wicked are estranged from the womb, man. I won't make this long. I just thought about this, man. Like, these devils are trying to pull, the hell. Hey, the hell with the average Edomite, man. We're talking about the least. The hell with them, because they the father of the least are the fathers of the Edom. They're of the children of Edom, man. So we don't, yeah, I got a white friend, and he pretty cool. He don't, and it could be a chance he Jake. But like Muhammad Ali says, if there's a lot of snakes, I'm not gonna pick who's poisonous or not. Y'all all snakes, so I'm gonna back up and take precaution and all that. But if it's if it's a snake, snakes are venomous, and some are not. So if it's not a venomous snake, I'll be like, oh, I could chill with this snake. I can have him as a pet in the house. I could sleep at night. I won't have to worry about him coming to put venom in me to die. But that's not our doing. That's the Spirit's doing. All we do is put out the word, put out the bait. It says Psalms 58:3, it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born speaking lies, man. So they're all together done. They're all together done. And like I said, under pressure, you don't know how they're going to act. Like when the Third World War and Jacob's Trouble, you watch these Edomites flip on their asses, man. Flip on Jake. Oh, man, we went to college together, man. Yeah, get out of here, dude. Your fucking race sucks. You're a nigger, dude. Get out of here. Or whatever they're going to call Jake. Like, leave the world behind, man. So you can't trust these devils, man. And then you really can't trust 2/3 Jakes. You really got to watch their asses, too. But our people are more inclined when they are our people, inclined to, a lot of Jakes when they when you see them shooting on you watch the news and they be like, damn, you try to kind of as a man, as a wise man, you try to decipher that shit and like, what the fuck happened, man? Like, why did he kill his wife? Why did she kill him? Why did Jake is just rolling up on a nigga, just blasting him in the car? You don't know what the backstory is, and it most likely didn't cause for that. But if there was some order back then to where you stone Jake, or you put you judge Jake, and they went, it's a sinner to death. Well, a lot of these niggas are taking their law into their own hands. So if somebody roll up on another Jake, and we don't know the backstory, but he slept with his wife, and he kept telling him to stay away from his wife, and he did it anyway. He gonna roll up to him, he gonna blast him. But on the news, they ain't gonna explain that. They gonna just make it seem like Jake is just killing each other for nothing. So other Jakes get triggered by that and like, oh, these niggas out here being wild, and those are the ones that's not wise. And it kind of hurts that you got to be wise among these niggas, because let it be, if y'all 2/3 and y'all niggas for real, man, we want, hey, truth, me speaking truthfully, I want to kill y'all motherfuckers, man. Like, put y'all under, man. But you got to be wise among them that without wisdom. So, but there are stories like that, you know? And the way Jake carries it out, he's not in the truth, but the way he carries it out, like, man, this is justice, man. Like, this dude slept with my wife, man. He deserves to go, man. And I kept telling him not to do that. And he betrayed me because he used to be my friend and he slept with my wife. So he rolled up on him. He's like, hey, man, I'm going to just take him out. But on the news, it seemed like he's, damn. And they feel sorry for the dude that got blasted. But, hey, the dude that got blasted, he was rightfully taken out. And she was supposed to be taken out. Committing adultery, that's a sin unto death. So you gotta watch how this devil move and how he put things up to where he'll have people believe and shit that's not even the real case. And that's what he taught his children. He taught his children history that wasn't even the real case. To believe in Christianity, you are the children of God, and it wasn't even the case. So that they only operating by an antenna, by the signal that they getting as a memory of what's been taught in the earth by their fathers, which came to murdering, slaughter innocent people, righteous people. So I don't give these devils credit for shit, man. The hell with these devils, man. You know, I hope the missiles come, and then and then the elites go into slavery. So that's how deep this shit is, man. Anyway, a little ranting, but Most High Will was edifying. Shalom.